Hello. Oh, that was a beautiful intro. Hi. It has been a hot minute, hasn't it? I actually recorded this video yesterday and was fighting with my equipment, and there was no audio. So I see the audio is working, the camera is working. Fingers crossed. um, so long time no see. I do have a doll here. He's just in my lap. He has no shoes. Please forgive me. I'm working on it. This is my Soul Doll comic book that I recently got secondhand. Because he is a discontinued sculpt. He's not even on the Soul Doll website in the discontinued section. So it's really fun trying to find information on him for what sizes of things he wears. But anyways, that's not the point of this video. But he's gonna be here, being beautiful. And I'm getting blown on. Let's see, is it better on this? Is it better on this shoulder? A little bit. It is summer. I live in New Mexico, which is a desert southwest state, which means it is very hot already. And clearly, I have moved. I moved out of my family's house, and so now I'm in a little apartment, and we put in a work order for our air conditioning because it is not working hardly at all. So I have a fan going in the background. I intend to buy like a little mic for myself eventually on this very, very, very professional production here. Which is hilarious because I got a degree in film and digital media, but look at me having subpar equipment. But anyways, part of that is just because I don't have time to devote to it really, which is what we are going to talk about today. Sorry, the light is shining on my face really weird. It's kind of weirding me out. Again, this very, very technical production. Where do I start? So, the dog just walked under me. I'm a teacher. Specifically, I am a special education. Right now I teach social communication, which are kids with autism or other social skill and language delays. And prior to that, I was a special education preschool teacher, but due to the beautiful bureaucracy behind the education, there was a lot of really not okay, as a teacher, I did not feel comfortable with the level of work they were forcing us to do. I mean, it was we had double paperwork compared to everybody else for numerous reasons. They were all stupid reasons, but there was a lot going on. I went to the union, and the union was like, we're not going to help you. So I got a different job. I moved up a grade, so now I'm from preschool, I'm in kindergarten, first grade, autism, and I'm a lot happier. But needless to say, I was really swamped and really frustrated, and yeah. And then on top of that, like I said, I got my degree in film and digital media. So what I was doing is, because I already had a degree, I could do an alternative licensure where I work as a teacher and then fill in all the blanks for the education at the same time. So I had a 2-year program where I had to take, I think it was I don't remember how many classes it was, but I had to take classes at the same time that I was teaching. And the program I was doing was a grad school level program, so it put me really close to a master's, so I'm going to continue to whittle away at that. But I was doing full-time special ed teacher work and grad school classes in the background. So, needless to say, I was really tired just all the time. And I mean, by the end of the year, my resistance was down, so I was getting every single school bug you could think of. Miraculously, I haven't gotten the hairy, scary one, which some of our kids did, but, you know, I can't go into detail on that, really. But, it has just been a year, and I have a very bad problem when I get really stressed out that I impulse buy, and I particularly impulse buy on the secondhand market, and that's where this beautiful boy came from. And I'm very happy that I have him, and I have a dog in my lap now. Oh. Gotta love dogs. Anyways, she's now licking my hand, so this is gonna be an interesting video. This is turning out so much better than the first one. No audio. Ugh. A doll on my shoulder and a dog in my lap. Anyways, so I impulse bought like a lot of dolls. So now I'm kind of trying to set them up. If you see above me, there are a couple missing, like there's an empty chair and an empty stand. Those dolls are out on my work table. I have been slowly getting back into the swing of things. And I'm currently working on some tiny doll wigs, like the MU heads and everything, because I do have an Etsy. I will link it down below. And I have both plushies that I have made as well as doll wigs up on there. And I have like all sizes ranging, well, not so much USD. Some of the wigs could work for USD, but I've got like 4 or 5 SD wigs. I've got like 4 or 5, you know, MSD wigs. I've got a couple slim, smaller head MSD wigs, and then I had all the tiny wigs, and pretty much almost all my tiny wigs sold, and almost none of my other wigs have sold. So, you know, I also was talking to a friend who, you know, collects all the Dalshi dolls, and it is very hard for people to find smaller wigs. So I think I want to go into like the smaller wig business, and they're all alpaca or mohair. So yeah, I've been working on that. So that's where my port MUs are. They're currently getting suffocated with a bag on their head and a wig cap that is semi-covered in mohair and alpaca. And his hair is getting all messed up because of my fan, but oh well. He's also got an alpaca wig that I made him. And he is part of my K-band story. You can't see it, but on the top of these shelves I have like a row of SDs. And actually one of the other things that I recently did, I mean, it makes sense because he's resin, but his butt's really hard. So I had to adjust him on my shoulder. But I got a table, like a little cute display table. One of my goals for the near future is to set up my band characters with instruments. I have acquired pretty much all the instruments except for the drum set, which, you know, I have plans for. So yeah, I'm kind of in the middle of, now that it's summer and I have a life again, I'm trying to like get back to all my projects that I just didn't have time to do during the school year. And I have 3 of these shelves, right? So you can't see the 3rd one because that's where my light is, and it'll just wash out all those dolls that are nearby it. But yeah, it's so funny because when you get into the hobby, you say, "Oh yeah, I'll be fine with like $3. It's fine. Don't worry." And then suddenly, 11 years later, you've got 50. um, but if they make you happy and you're not homeless, why not? But anyway, so yeah, I'm getting back into the swing of things with my dolls. And I've got half of my collection in here and then half of my collection in the main room. I am sharing this apartment with my older brother, but he's really chill about me like having my dolls on display. In fact, he really likes some of my dolls. He told me when a couple months after we moved in, he kind of pointed to one of my model dolls. He was like, "I really like that one. She's really pretty." And I was like, "It's a boy." He's like, "Well, he's really pretty." And that was Amari, which I need to do a story on Amari and everything. I have so many like different doll stories that some of them I think are just gonna go nowhere. Like I think these guys back here, I think they're just gonna kind of be like a fun little OCs based off of a Chinese TV show that I really like. And I think Amari's story might be much the same. But, one of the things I talked about the first time I recorded this video was, how the hobby and I have changed over the years. And I don't remember if this is a PJ the Addict prompt. But I intend to do more of those too. But, it's funny because when I first got my first doll was a Dolphy Dream. And I was 17, and I remember like it took me half a year to save up for her. Then my next doll, my first resin doll, he came the day after my 18th birthday. That's Makoto. I'm sure anyone who has seen any of my old videos knows him. Although I think I deleted a lot of my old videos, so I had one of those I'm embarrassed of everything I used to do, so I deleted it all, and then Asemba convinced me to come back. But yeah, so I got Makoto when I was 18, like brand new baby 18-year-old, and now I am 29. So a lot has changed. I went from pretty much finishing up high school and going to college to being a full-fledged working adult with a very time-consuming, very hard, but very fulfilling job. Anyone who is a teacher, I'm sure you know how it is. But my paycheck has increased over time, so that kind of opened up more opportunities. But 11 years is a long time, so if you think about it, the fact that I have 50 dolls, it sounds daunting, but that's 11 years of collecting. So really, it comes out to like maybe $4 or $5 a year, and a lot of my dolls I got secondhand for like killer deals. Like I got some, and I haven't shown these guys yet on my Instagram or on my YouTube, obviously. But I got some 1/6 scale dolls for like literally the seller was like buy one get the other one half off. So you can't argue those deals, and that's why I love the secondhand market. And I also just love the idea of like rehoming a doll. And I also hate waiting. So a majority of my collection nowadays is like secondhand or rehomed. So that also, if you look into, like, if you think about it, that brings the general prices of all the dolls down, because yeah. Um, but anyway, so yeah, I mean, a lot has changed, and I've kind of reached a point where I have the summers off, and I think that is when I'm going to be active in the hobby. And then during the year, I'm just going to be drowning out of my mind. And you know, I have stories for my dolls, but I don't think I'm ever going to get around to like writing any of them. Mostly just because of lack of time. Like, I love to write, and I've written a lot of fan fiction. I have like 23 different stories because I also started writing fan fiction when I was 19, so that's 10 years of fan fiction. And unfortunately, you know, I don't have the time anymore, which has been one of the things that I've had the hardest time adjusting to. It's just accepting that I don't have a lot of time during the school year. So really, like, I write fan fiction during the summer. I play with my dolls during the summer. And, you know, I'm grateful that I have the summers to do that, because, good Lord, teachers earn their summer vacations, let me tell you. But, you know, that being the case, I have like 2 months out of the year to really focus on doing anything, and that includes all my crafts, all my doll upkeep, all my other side hobbies and other crafts, all of my writing, and it's just like, so I've come to terms with the fact that I'm never going to write my doll stories. They're all just going to kind of stay in my heart and in my head, and I'm okay with that. You know, they're my characters anyways. And if anyone wants to learn about them, I'm happy to chat, but I also still haven't had a whole lot of time to develop some of the stories, so he doesn't even have a name yet. And that's mostly because I suck at naming. It took me like half a year to name this guy right here. I finally named him. His name is Denai, and then this is Nua, so they're Thai names, because one of my other hobbies is Thai dramas. And just Asian dramas in general. I really like watching dramas. But yeah, so just kind of grown a lot with the hobby and adjusted, and I recently got into like miniature dollhouses. You can kind of see one of them up there. So I'll do like a room tour of my shelves, basically. In another video. I had actually recorded the front room, but I've already gotten more stuff and rearranged stuff, so it's not even accurate, so I need to redo it. And by gotten more stuff, I mean I got another doll shelf, so I've shifted dolls around so they're a little more spaced out. And I got 2 more dolls. But yeah, so hopefully I'll kind of do a little more videos and like just chatting like this. Very low production quality, and it's not because I can't do fancy high production quality, but it's just like I don't have the time to devote to a side YouTube channel, so why buy all the fancy equipment if you're only going to use it for 2 months out of the year? On and off. So yeah, we'll just do some just chatting, if you will. So yeah, I will continue working on showing my collection because it's grown and kind of changed a bit. And yeah, I'll talk about some of the things I've done. Like I made a mechanical arm. I do a lot of wig making. Sewing, I prefer to sew plushies than clothes. I actually really hate sewing clothes, even for my plushies. Like if I make like an anime character, I hate making the clothes. So most of my sewing is plushie based, and it's on my Etsy store, but I'll put my Instagram down below. That's kind of my work in progress. So like, again, none of the pictures are really high quality, because I do take really high quality pictures for my Etsy. So I do have a really nice camera and a really nice light for that. I just don't have the blogging set up, and I don't really care to get the blogging set up. But anyways, so I'll put my Instagram down below. You can see some of the projects and some of my dolls that I haven't really shown to YouTube in a while, because it's been over a year probably since I made a YouTube video. And hopefully I'll get a couple more videos made before the end of summer. So yeah, I think I will call it there, because I can ramble for an eternity and a half. So have a good day, and I'll see you guys again soon. Bye!